$150 in one sale. Last year, I would have straight up passed away. Like last year, Xochi would have been like shook. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is So-shee and I am the Thrift Mama here on YouTube and Instagram. Today's video is going to be an awesome story time slash what sold for this giant sourcing opportunity I had. I still can't believe it happened. It was only 2 weeks ago and I have the stats on everything that sold and I can't wait to share that information with you. So basically I was searching on Facebook Market and I came across this listing of a guy who had like 40 plus pairs of these teak shoes. And I knew about teaks because I have resold them before in the past and they sold very quickly. I have seen multiple people say that teaks are kind of dead and they don't resell well, and so when I saw this guy had listed them all for $900 and I was a little nervous to be paying up for all these shoes. I don't normally pay up for things. If you know me, you know that I'm a bins girly through and through. But after checking all the colors that he had and doing a little bit of research, my husband, who's really good at business and numbers, suggested that this was a great sourcing opportunity to not only get a bunch of stuff to list and to also make a very good return on investment. To give you an idea of how much time I had in these shoes, I was able to meet the guy and come back within 30 minutes. I spent about an hour cleaning these shoes. They were mostly in good condition, but a few were needing a little extra TLC, and then the rest of them were pretty much in brand new condition. Cost of goods aside, it was a great opportunity to get the highest ROI. My husband and I went through all of the names of the teaks, wrote them down, and figured out what our projected sales price would be. We definitely had a number in mind and I'm so happy to say that I surpassed it. I'll be totally honest, I was pretty nervous about paying this much because it was just a lot of money. I was like, am I really going to meet this guy and hand him over this much money? It was just a little crazy for me to fathom. Turns out my husband was right. I finally was able to list them all on a Saturday night. It took me about an hour or two to list all of these shoes just because I tried to get the market price and try to see if anyone had my size and if a certain color was worth more. So that research did go into play with me listing them, but I was super excited because I had listed about 10 to 15 the first night and one sold for $200 the next day before I even got up for the morning. And to top it all off, the next day I sold a bundle on Poshmark that basically paid for the entire thing. And I'm just shocked still because it just blows my mind that people are very much down to pay up for things that they really want, and this colorway was super exciting. The two colors that were purchased were both bolo colorways, so I'm excited to show you guys the pictures and make sure you guys make a mental note. I know that there are teaks that don't sell for a lot and you will see that in my comps, but there are definitely ones that made it well worth it. I'm going to start off with eBay because that is where I saw the most action in the first few hours. I will go through all of them quickly just so you can get an idea while you're outsourcing. If you come across this brand, you know that certain colors are worth enough to pay up for, and then certain colors you probably want to leave your cost of goods $5, $10 or less. The first pair were these red diamond patent colorway. They sold for $260 plus shipping. I did add $8 shipping to all of my listings. This one was one of those rare colors. I did have them originally listed for $400, but my eBay coupon accidentally clipped onto the new listing, so that was kind of disappointing, but I did make a substantial profit from it, so can't complain. Next item were these neutral olive green ones. They were in good condition. I think they didn't have a whole lot of wear. They had a small scuff at the heel and a few small scuffs at the toe. But yeah, they sold for $70. The next pair were these camouflage. They have a specific name, camouflage, I believe. And they sold for $110 plus shipping. They were just a basic camel colorway. I know the girlies love camo, so I was not surprised that that sold quickly. This one was actually a full price sale. It was a tortoiseshell brown shiny patent leather. And also to note that these were all size 10, so I think if it was a smaller size being like a 6.5, 7, I may have thought a little differently about my pricing. The buyer of the tortoiseshell colorway also bought another pair on Mercari the same day. So that was exciting. She shot me a message and was like, I'm pretty sure I bought the other ones on eBay. And I was like, yep, that's me. Next one that sold were these magenta pink ones. They were a like velour color. They were called the Tyrian. Not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, but it was like a velvet material. They were super pretty. Again, this was one of the more rare styles, so I did list them for $200 and they sold for $150. Next pair were in the Games of Thrones limited edition Drago colorway. They were metallic and they sold for $145 plus shipping. Next pair that sold was in the Love Red colorway. Leather, red, I'm pretty sure they were more of a matte color or finish. And they sold for $150 plus shipping. And this was through the international shipping program. That, I swear, I always get the best sales from that program. So if you're not already signed up for it, I definitely recommend it. Next one that sold was the Raspberry Truffle Brown Leather. Sold for $155 plus shipping. This one was size 9. Next one that sold on eBay was in the Poppy colorway. It was like a coral orangey red color. And it sold for $120 plus shipping. The next one that sold was this metallic champagne gold leather colorway. They were super pretty and in excellent condition. They were practically new. They sold for $120. Next one that sold on eBay was in this golden glitz gold leather. These were also in really good condition and they sold for $120. A really exciting colorway was this sand snake leather. It was really pretty, very neutral. I know that animal prints are very popular, so I was not surprised when these sold for $170. I have been sending out pretty hefty offers this weekend, so these last two pairs sold for $70. This was the Rouge suede shoe, and then the yellow one, the mustard yellow colorway, sold for $55. The mustard colorway did have a lot of wear to the heel, so I did take an offer, and I'm glad it found a home. I actually only sold one on Mercari, and that was from the buyer who bought the tortoiseshell ones, and they bought the slate gray croc patent colorway. Super cute, super shiny, really pretty, and it sold for $120. And I did ship those separately, of course, but she was very excited to receive them. Alrighty, now onto Poshmark. Poshmark kind of popped off the day after they were all listed, so get ready for this. This was great. The first thing that sold was actually a bundle, and these two were the most damaged of the bunch. First one in the bundle was the Sunset Stripe colorway. These are actually vegan, so the footbed was kind of cracking. Otherwise, they were in really good condition, but I did price them a little lower than I would like just because of that flaw. And then the other pair were very worn. They had a loose thread. They just had a whole lot of wear, and I did have to list them to at least get the cost of goods back. But they did sell together for $90, and it made my profit just around $32, I believe. I was glad to see them go together, and I could not be happier. I definitely just needed them out the door. I didn't want to hold on to damaged shoes. So the buyer was super happy, I was super happy, and so that was a really good sale. Next one that sold on Poshmark was in this metallic bronze colorway. These were in really good condition. They had a small little scuff on a lot of the shoes. They had a scuff in the same spot. Some of them were worse than others, of course, but these still sold for $96. Next pair that sold was in this Love Potion metallic colorway. These were gorgeous. If I was into wearing flats, I think these would have stayed home with me because They're just everything I go for, shiny, blingy. I was obsessed with this color, and they were definitely loved because they sold for $200. Next one that sold was in this midnight blue colorway. They sold for $180. This was also one of those rare colorways. I loved when people bundled more than one. Every time they would do that, I would send a steeper offer. This bundle sold for $220. The colors were rose gold and the teal blue patent. They were both in really good condition. They had a few scuffs here and there, but overall they were in good condition, and I'm really excited about that price. The next one that sold was in this taupe colorway. I really like these. These were really neutral, very basic, and would go with really anything, and they sold for $120. This next bundle was exciting because it had a lot of the more worn pairs, 5 pairs, cardinal red, aquarella, not really sure, gray stone wool, poppy, and metallic pewter. They all sold for $406, and that was great. I love that I was able to get a bunch out the door and still make a decent profit. Next one that sold was also in a pretty rare colorway. This is a metallic green color, and it sold for $256. I was at the gym when I saw that my offer was accepted, and I just shrieked of joy. This was just so exciting for me. Now the last 3 are going to be sales that actually sold today and yesterday, and I have been sending out steep offers. So this chestnut color sold for $57. The rose garden colorway sold for $90, and the ruby red color sold for $57. The rose garden one, I did get a lot of lowball offers, but I'm glad to see it gone for $90. Last but not least, this bundle was sold in one day for $850. The colorways of these 2 shoes, now remember this, because if you ever come across them, you better grab them. The first pair was in black leopard, and the second was in magic metallic. When I got the notification, I was just about to put my daughters to bed, and when I saw my bundle was purchased for full price, I even asked my husband. I was jumping up, like catching air. This was just so shocking and so exciting. I knew that this colorway was going to go for a lot, the magic one, because when I was doing my research for pricing, I saw that the magic colorway had 2 posts for ISOs for the exact same size that I had. So I was really excited to get those listed, and I did price high because of that, and I was glad that I was right, and I'm glad that they found the shoe that they had been looking for. It actually had to go to the Poshmark Authenticity warehouse because the sale was above $500. It was just approved, and it's on its way to the buyer. The buyer did message me that she has received it, so I'm very excited about that. In the past 2 weeks, I have sold 34 pairs of teaks, and I have 7 left. I don't know the numbers of the exact profit, but I will put them on the screen right here. I'm just really excited that I came across this opportunity, and this is just a reminder to outsource the way you find your items. Facebook Market is constantly being checked. I constantly check Facebook Market for garage sales and liquidation stuff and opportunities like this. This definitely was a once in a lifetime thing, but I'm very excited, and it definitely reflected in my sales this month. I'm so very excited to show you guys what sold later this month. This month has definitely been the highest sales month yet for me. I'm just really excited to see what the rest of this year brings. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Comment down below if you ever sold teaks and how much you sold them for. I know a lot of resellers say don't pick them up anymore, but I'm here to tell you don't listen to them. Thanks for watching. I plan on posting 2 to 3 videos a week now that my husband is helping me edit these videos. That definitely takes up most of my time. So if you want to learn how to resell clothes online, I'm your girl. Bye guys. All right, hopefully that was better. Okay, Caleb, I tried. Every day I'm hustling.